Hi everyone, today I'm going to be showing you how to transfer an image to wood my way. So a cheerful intro and I'm back. Okay, so what you will need is, first of all, a printed image, only in a laser printed. This is very important, and you have to, in your software, turn it upside down, mirror function, okay? If you have any calligraphy or a stationary print, you will have to turn it in a mirror way, okay? Otherwise, it will be transferred the wrong way. Also, you will need a wooden surface, a sanding paper, any kind, cheapest you can find, a brush, wide one for easy work, and of course the Maimeri medium gel A22. This is the one I use. If you did not see my previous video regarding medium gels for photo transfer, please check it out in my channel. On my channel you can subscribe and see the video why I'm using it, and other mediums for you to try, but this is my preferred one. Also, you can use a trimmer. If you don't have a trimmer, that's no biggie, you just cut it with scissors, okay? You want to cut it as close as you can to the size of your surface. Another thing that you will need is this one. This is some kind of membership card that I don't use anymore, and that will help you to adhere the paper correctly and fully to the surface. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is just sand the surface a little bit, just to create a smooth surface. You will do that, of course, more thoroughly. This is just for demonstration purposes. Now I'm going to take a plastic cup and I'm going to squeeze some of my Maimeri gel into the cup, and I'm going to smear that on two things. One of them is on the wood, the second phase is on the paper itself. Don't skip this phase. It's very important for best results. You're going to take a great amount of Maimeri and just smear that, paint that wooden surface that way that it will all be covered with the Maimeri. So another thing, Maimeri is a gel, medium gel. Just like it says, it's very jelly consistency. It has very jelly consistency. So it will smear very well on the surface. This is the kind of cover you need to have, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the right side, the printed side of my photo, because this is the side we're going to glue on the surface. The medium will then take the pigment from the paper to the surface, and the next time we'll see each other, we're going to expose the photo and see the result. So don't skip that phase. Truly result changing when you're smearing the material on your surface. Not on your trimmer, please, not like me. I'm really messy when I work. It needs to have some kind of glare that you will see that you smeared it all over, and then I'm just going to put it right above my surface, and I'm not going to glue that with my hand, no sir. I'm going to just place that and use my membership card to adhere the paper. If you're using your hands, you're risking with having like air bubbles and uneven adhering of the paper to the surface, and you want it to transfer completely to the surface. So you will enjoy your work for years to come, and I have some work that I'm enjoying years and years after they're done because it's really high quality. So you're going to smear that. It's not hard work. That's it. If you have some leftovers, never mind. It will just be taken off when we're going to use the sponge and the wet, damp towel to expose that. And this will be left in the sun for about between 3 and 8 hours, depending on your weather. If you have a cold weather, leave that for 12 hours. If you have a really, really hot weather, like in my country, then you can leave it for 3 or 4 or 5 hours and you're done, okay? I prefer, if you're not in a rush, if it's not a present for someone, leave that as long as you can, okay, for best results. So I'll see you after 8 hours. We'll be back, we'll expose it, and we'll see the result. So this was left out for about 12 hours because, as you can see, it's very dark outside, it's very cloudy, and I needed to wait a little bit longer before I expose the photo. So I'm going to take a cloth and some water, and I'm going to damp my cloth, and I'm going to put it, I'm going to squeeze it from extra water, and I'm going to put it over my photo, and that will remind you of that kids tattoo that we're doing, you know, that we're wetting the area, and then it will become transparent. For the transfer is basically a little bit like kids tattoo. So as you can see, it became transparent. The paper is wet, and now what I can start doing is rubbing with my cloth. A lot of people are doing it by hand, but I think it's a little bit more hard. You can start by doing it with a cloth. It should not be completely wet, it should be damped with water. So we're keeping on exposing the photo, and if you need a little bit more water, then wet your cloth again and just rub that away. Now it's very important not to put a little bit too much pressure when you're doing that, because you don't want to damage the photo itself. And just keep on going. Now, sometimes there's a problem that a little bit of the Maimeri, of the medium gel you're using, is on the white paper, just spilled on the paper, or you accidentally rub that on the top of the paper. So if you have like white areas that did not go wet, then you should just peel that away, the top layer of the paper, and afterwards you can, as you can see, wet it without any problem, okay? That should not be something you're worried about. You can actually work with your fingers. Many of the people that are photo transferring working with their fingers. I think it's, well, it's okay because you can feel the paper, you can do some more detailed work, but you can definitely save your fingers and do that with a cloth. Now, after you exposed your entire photo, then you're going to move to work with this part of the hand, okay? You will have to wait until the photo is almost dry, because it's very hard to do that when it's wet. And then you start to rub the photo to get that extra thin paper left on the photo, you know, that little chips of paper, and you will just rub that away to get a smoother surface, all right? And then when you're finished, we'll do that really quickly, when you're finished, then you will be putting the Mod Podge as a top layer, as a sealer, to protect your work from stains, from water, from dust. You can just dust it with wet cloth when you're done. And if it's dirty, then you can just rub it with some baby wipes maybe, or a wet cloth, and you will be removing any dust that got there over the years. As I said, this is a work for years to come. It can remain like that, protected for a long, long time. This is what I do when I want to create a smoother surface and get rid of all the extra paper. You need to feel, you know, when you're done, when you're feeling the smooth area, okay, the smooth surface. If it's somehow just a little bit rough and you feel like little parts of paper, then you're not done. You have to carry on. Sometimes it takes 3 times, 4 times to get rid of all the paper until you can put the Mod Podge on as a sealer. So don't give up. Just keep on doing that. Remove every extra paper out there. And as you can see, some of the paper just rubbed off the edges. That usually happens when we're not paying attention to the borders, when we're putting the medium gel before the phase 1. And that's no biggie, because it's like a vintage photo. So I just finished rubbing everything out with my hand. Now everything is really, really smooth. Okay? The pigment from the paper just transferred to the wood area, to the wood surface, and you can see, I hope you can see that. It's really dark, I'm really sorry about the lighting. You can see the grains of the wood just popping out from the picture. That's so nice. I like working with bare wood. I don't like to color beneath the photo transfer. I like the grains of the wood. I like the natural look. And the colors just look a little bit different from the original photo. That's really nice. Now we created a great mess here, great mess. So we'll just clean everything, because you don't want any paper chips stuck to your Mod Podge and your sealer. And we're going to use some Mod Podge. I'm using the matte Mod Podge. Of course, you can use the gloss textured Mod Podge. They even have with sparkles, but I don't like it very much. And you're just going to paint over the photo, the final result, with Mod Podge. You can do that with a sponge, of course, not with a brush. I think then you can see less strikes of the brushes when you're working with the sponge, but that's just what I prefer. I prefer using brushes. You can do that with any brush. You can do that with a sponge. You can do that whatever you like. Just put on the Mod Podge to create a seal. Now you need the right amount to do that. You need to see the whiteness of the Mod Podge. That's how you know it's a good amount. You can do that, of course. You can carry on and paint all the sides if you want. I don't see a need for that, but you can do that to create a more united look to that. And then you're going to leave that for about an hour, depending on your weather, of course. And then the final result will be like this waxy, glary surface on top of your photo. And that basically will seal the work, protect your work, and that will be even waterproof. So do that. Don't skip that phase. It's very important. And I hope that you will try that at home. If you want to see more videos, please subscribe to my channel. Be sure to comment below. If you're doing that, photo transfer my way. If you have another way, I'll be happy to hear more methods and techniques regarding photo transfer. If you have other mediums you're using and you're satisfied, please share with me. I'll be happy to hear. Of course, see you in my next video. Bye-bye.